We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. Police have brought 6 persons of interest in the death of Adamson University student John Matthew Salilig to the Department of Justice or DOJ for inquest proceedings. A fraternity neophyte reportedly identified before Binyan police the 6 persons who were believed to be involved in the hazing of Salilig. Among those identified was Muan Tung Cheng Teng Jr., the leader of the Tau Gamma Phi Adamson University chapter. Binyan Police Acting Chief Police Lieutenant Colonel Virgilio Hopia said the arrest of the fraternity officers involved in the case is now considered solved but not case closed. Meanwhile, the Public Attorney's Office, or PAO, said it will not take on the fraternity members as clients, citing conflict of interest. PAO Chairperson Rueda Acosta said the family of Salilig has already approached them for help. Acosta also called for the full implementation of the anti-hazing law in Salilig's case. Salilig went missing for more than a week until his body was found in a shallow grave in Imus, Cavite on Tuesday. Autopsy reports state that the severe blunt force in the lower extremities caused the death of Salilig. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim called on the member nations of ASEAN to take action on human rights violations in Myanmar. Anwar said the regional bloc must pursue peace and justice and not let its core principles of non-interference and consensus building stand in the way of serving compassion. The Prime Minister said he and the Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. agreed to tackle the issue in their meeting at Malacanang Palace on Wednesday. Myanmar is currently ruled by a military junta which ousted elected leaders led by State Councilor and Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi back in 2021. Protests against the military rule have resulted in arrests and even deaths. Anwar made the call after receiving a Doctor of Laws honoris causa degree from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. UP Chancellor Fidel Nemenzo said Anwar was conferred the degree for being a scholar on Philippine national hero Jose Rizal and for his expertise on economics, democracy, freedom, governance, Islam and democracy, and the need for accountability. A recently renovated shipyard gave the Philippine Navy a much-needed boost in its ability to construct its own warships. This came after Israel shipyards handed the documentation and keys for its newly renovated shipyard located at the Naval Station Pascual Ledesma in Cavite City. Navy spokesperson Captain Benjo Negranza said the shipyard will facilitate the local construction of the 3 FAICM vessels, which will be a component of the Acero-class patrol gunboats of the Philippine Navy. These high-speed vessels are equipped with short-range missiles, remote stabilized weaponry, and quick intercept capability that can execute pinpoint attacks against more powerful adversaries and prize targets. The acquisition of these FAICMs are one of the 2019 initiatives that former President Rodrigo Duterte approved under the Horizon 2 list of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Program. They are expected to take place of the medium-sized patrol vessels of the Philippine Navy. In other news, no rotational brownouts are expected during the summer, according to the Department of Energy or DOE. Given that the Luzon grid is scheduled to be on yellow alert for the most of April and May, which indicates low reserves, Energy Undersecretary Rowena Cristina Guevara assures there would be enough electricity for the dry season. Guevara claimed that there are sufficient backup supplies, but energy costs may increase if one of the generators became clogged and supplies were to be provided by other oil-powered generators. She said that the DOE had already coordinated with the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, to avoid any maintenance shutdowns over the summer. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. Stay tuned for more news updates. I'm William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good afternoon.